Hello, dear learners. This is slangslang.com, your free English language class.
Hello viewers. Last lesson we learned past tense, and we learned that to make simple past with the verb go, we have to change the form go into the went. So to make simple past, we have to change the verb form go into went. Today we are learning present tense, and for present tense, to make a simple present, you don't even need to change this verb form go into anything. This is itself simple present without changing anything. But is the present tense that simple? Let's discover it. This is langslang.com and I'm Oscar Sayed. By now, you should have a very clear idea about tenses, that tenses are the verb forms. You form tenses by using verb forms. Verb forms makes the tenses, because in the last lesson we learned that using past forms make the past tense, simple past tense. And today we can start present tense by saying that if you use the base form of the verb or S form of the verb, you make simple present. Base form of the verb and S form of the verb makes simple present. But do you have an idea about verb forms already? Have you learned verb forms? Have you watched the verb forms video already? If not, and if you don't know these names, base form, S form, past participle, present participle, you'll not be able to understand this lesson. So first, recap the verb forms lesson, the necessary part here. Those who have already learned verb forms, they should skip. Fast forward. But for others, we must recap the necessary part of the verb forms video. Flashback. So students, we have 6 forms of verb in English. For example, for the verb go, we have go, went, gone, going, goes, and to go. So every verb can be used in 6 ways or forms, like forms of verb walk, and like forms of verb finish, forms of verb do. Some verb forms are easy or regular. They can be easily remembered because their past form and the past participle form are made by just adding the D or ED at the end of the verb. Because these verb forms are found regularly in English, so they are also called regular verb forms. Others are irregular verb forms. Almost every English verb has 6 forms. There are special verbs. For example, the verb be, which has special forms. Its base form is be. Its past form is, there are 2 past forms here, was, were. Its past participle form is been. Its ing form is being, that is fine, but the special part comes in the S form or the present form or the third person singular form. It has 3 forms here, and that is am-are. Is-am-are are its present form exactly, or third person singular form, which falls in the S form. Okay, and the last form is to be. Now that we got there are 6 forms of verb, we come back to our lesson present tense. For making present tense simple present, you use the base form of the verb and S form of the verb. This form of the verb and this form of the verb. Look at these sentences. I watch comedy shows in any language. I watch. Watch in the base form. Yes, it is simple present. This cold freezes everything. Freezes. This is S form. Yes, it is simple present. You do not help them. You do not help them. Do. Not did, not done. It is do. So do is the base form and that is simple present. She watches it all the day. Watches, S form. So it is simple present because base form and S form are simple present. He looked at them for approval. Looked. Looked is a past form or past participle form. So it is not simple present. It is not even present. It is past. Because there is no base form or S form, this is not a simple present. And the next sentence, every new member completes, S form, completes. So S form makes it a simple present. So many people start talking at once. Start. Start is the base form. Start is the base form, so it is simple present. But present tense doesn't complete here because you may have questions. First question, where to use base form and where to use S form? In these examples, we have used base form and S form both. So where to use base form and where to use S form? Make it simple. S form, S for singular. S for singular. S form is used with all singular subjects except I and you. S form is used with all singular subjects in present tense except I and you. With all other subjects, we use the base form. Look at these examples again. Okay, the first sentence, I watch comedy shows. I don't take the S form, I take the base form. The second sentence, this cold freezes everything. This cold is singular subject, singular. This cold. So it is taking S form. You don't help them. I said that except for I and you, we use S form in singulars, and this is you. So you take the base form, do, not does. You is taking do, not does. She watches it all the day. She is singular, and it is taking S form. Every new member completes the training first. Every new member is singular. Every singular member. So it is taking the S form. So many people. So many people is plural. So it is not taking the S form, it is taking the base form. Base form and S form makes the simple present. S form with all singular subject except I and you, and base form with others. But what is simple present? What is so simple about that? Why we call them simple present? Look at these sentences again. We will see that in none of these sentences they are giving the time when the action was continued or completed. They are just routine habits or facts or general facts. Look at these sentences again. First sentence is I watch comedy shows in any language. It is a routine, it is a habit, it is my routine or habit. It is not showing when the action was completed or when it is continued. The next sentence, this cold freezes everything. It is also a routine, a general fact. It is a general fact perhaps. And this is not showing when this action of freezing is continued or completed. You do not help them. It is your habit or it is your routine. But it is not showing when you are not helping. Not the time of continuation or completion. She watches it all the day. A routine. It is her habit perhaps. Or it is not showing that when the action was completed or continued. Every new member completes a training first. It is the routine. So many people start talking at once. It is also maybe a routine or habit. So in all these sentences, the actions are either routines or habits. Their time, of course they are present, but their time and present is indefinite. So they are called also present indefinite tense. You must have heard present indefinite tense, and they are called present indefinite because although the time is present, but when the action is continued or when the action is completed is not defined there. So it is present indefinite tense. There are more varieties of present tense. We have learned simple present, but there are more varieties. Look at these three varieties now. In first sentence, the verb form is either watch, base form, or watches. But in the second sentence, I'm watching, am watching. Am watching or is watching or are watching is used when you emphasize that action is continued now. We repeat, we use am ing form, is ing form, or are ing form when we emphasize that action is continued now. In the third sentence, we have watched, have, and the past participle form. Have and past participle form is used when we mean that action is completed. When we emphasize that action is completed, we use have and the past participle form. So what we learned? We learned that there are three varieties of present tense. One is simple present, base and S form. That is for routine, habit, or general facts. But when we emphasize that action is continued now, we use is ing form, are ing form, or am ing form. Is, am, are ing form we use to emphasize that action is continued now. And to emphasize that action is completed, we use have with past participle form or has with past participle form. Have past participle or has past participle we use to emphasize that action is completed. Look at these sentences as examples. This cold is freezing everything. This cold is freezing is an ing form. That means action is continued. This cold is freezing everything now. Next sentence, you have helped them. Have and helped. You have helped them. Have and past participle means action completed. You have already helped them. The next sentence, he has watched it all the day. Has and past participle watched. That means action is completed. Today, he has watched it all the day. Next sentence, new members are completing a training first. New members are completing a training first. Are completing, are an ing form, that means action is continued now. So many people have started, have and past participle form. Have and past participle means action completed. So many people have started. And the next thing, last sentence, the computer is running the whole system. Is running, is an ing form. That means action is continued right now. Great, you have learned three varieties of present tense now. One with the base form and S form, and second with is ing form, are ing form, am ing form. And third with have past participle form and has past participle form. Great. Now notice one more thing. This is also important. Look at these sentences again. Notice use of is and has with singular subject. Is the S form of be. So it comes with singular subject. We have already learned that S form comes with singular subject except I and you. So is comes also with singular subjects other than I and you. Has is also the S form of have. So it is with she because she is singular subject. Two more things finally. I said use S form with singular subjects other than I and you. I did not use the term third person singular subject as it is used in most of the grammar books. I did not use that term only to make things simpler, easier, because it is just a beginner's lesson. And it is beginner's lesson, so I kept some secrets also about present tense, that where else we can use present tense. By the time I am examining my secret treasures, you people do your exercise. I'm keeping my secrets. You do your exercise.
Question number 1. Option D is correct. Question number 2. Option B is correct. Question number 3. Option D is correct. Question number 4. Option B is correct. Question number 5. Option D is correct. Question number 6. Option C is correct. Question number 7. Option A is correct. Question number 8. Option D is correct. Question number 9. Option A is correct. Question number 10. Option B is correct. Question number 11. Option D is correct. Question number 12. Option B is correct. Question number 13. Option A is correct. Question number 14. Option D is correct. Question number 15. Option C is correct. Question number 16. Option B is correct. Question number 17. Option A is correct. Question number 18. Option A is correct. Question number 19. Option A is correct. Question number 20. Option A is correct. Question number 21. Option C is correct. Question number 22. Option C is correct. Question number 23. Option B is correct. Question number 24. Option A is correct. Question number 25. Option B is correct.
This is slangslang.com, your free English language class.